Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone, those who are currently present and those who would watch this video later. Let us start with a prayer as we do every time. This time, I want to share my screen and we'll do a particular prayer, Jai Radha Madhav. So I'll go ahead and share my screen so that we can see this. This is a very easy prayer and a prayer that Srila Prabhupada always sang actually. Um, Let me know once my screen is visible. Okay, I'm sharing my screen. Can you all see my screen? Oh, thank you, Kite. I can see you now. It is very nice to see that way we can connect each other. Otherwise, it is black screen. uh, oh, Hare Krishna, Nandini Priya Mataji. We'll sing the Jai Radha Madhav. I'm sharing my screen. I hope
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I will request everyone to be on mute and we'll sing together. जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी. While you are singing, I would request everyone to sing together. And while you are singing, you can clap your hand. Jaya Gopi Jana
Vallabha.
Giridharidhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridharidhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridharidhari Jashodanandana Brajana Ranjana Jashodanandana Brajana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravana Chari Yamuna Tiravana Chari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada जयं विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकचर्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस अभय चरणारविंद शिल भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकचर्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस शिल भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य शिल हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाखया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तमसा जीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे। जय जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Everyone can raise their hands. You could have camera off, but you can raise your hands like this. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam panghum langhayate girim yat kripa tamaham vande Shri Gurum Deenataranam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Hari Om Tat Sat। आजानुलंबित भुजौ कनकावदताौ संकीर्तनैकपितरौ कमलहायताक्षौ विश्वम्भरौ द्विजवरौ युगधर्मपालौ वन्दे जगत्प्रियकरौ करुणावतारौ। Hare Krishna. Thank you all for joining, and I hope everyone is doing well. I wanted to just quickly ask if anyone has any question from the previous session. Okay, I don't see anyone. Everyone is clear with the previous sessions. So let's move forward. Well, today I wanted to start with a small story, a real incident that happened. So just let us, since our Kite Prabhu is here, Dhruva Mataji is also here, I wanted to just give a quick summary, a recap of the um, of the of the uh, setup when this Bhagavad Gita was spoken. So 5,000 years ago, I mentioned this earlier also. So there was this kingdom of Hastinapur, which is currently located in India, New Delhi. Okay, so in this place, there was there was this king. There were two brothers, both of them from this royal dynasty of the Kurus. Their names were Pandu and Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra was the older brother, and Pandu was the younger brother. So generally, like, okay, if you see, if in the royal dynasties, what happens is the older child is becomes the natural successor of the father. So since Dhritarashtra was older, he was naturally the next successor to be the king. But by the will of providence, Dhritarashtra was blind. And because of that, he could not be given the kingdom to be ruled. So the next choice was Pandu. So Pandu was a very, uh, Pandu was made the king. He was a very successful king. He ruled by the tenets of dharma, which means he knew, as per the scriptures, what are the things to be done and what are the things not to be done. There are two terms here that I want you to remember, make a note of it. Pravritti and nivritti. Pravritti means that which needs to be done, and nivritti means that which we should avoid. Okay, so if you see, for anything that we do in today's world, okay, wherever in a civilized society, if we go to a university, right, there are some do's and there are some don'ts. There is like you have to have certain etiquette to be in a university, right? If you do not follow those etiquettes, like if you are a mischievous child, if you are if you are carrying arms in the college like this, trying to shoot anyone, I mean, that would not be acceptable, right? so that is, again, like if you see, in a civilized society, like if you want to drive, you have to follow certain rules. You cannot be like, hey, let me be the fastest one, like, okay, and this, like, okay, and in 5 minutes I need to reach 30 miles. Like, okay, no, there are other people also driving. It cannot be like that. So, and nivritti means things that are not to be done. Okay, so uh, so so there are some things to be done. Like, okay, you come to a university, to study. So those are things to be done. Everything is like, okay, what are the things to avoid? So even if a doctor gives a medicine, then this applies what is to be done and what is not to be done. One who follows both of this, they are able to progress further in that. Like, okay, if it is for curing a disease, I mean, one who follows, like, okay, the doctor said, like, okay, um, take this medicines and avoid this diet. Let's say if someone has a stomach upset, they say, like, okay, don't take spicy food. In fact, don't take any solid food and take these medicines. Now, this person starts taking the medicine, but he does not follow the diet rules. What happens? He'll not be cured of that. So, Pandu was very expert in the tenets of the dharma, and he applied this. He had 5 sons. Since they were the sons of Pandu, they were called, in short, by one name, they were called as Pandavas. And the sons of Dhritarashtra were called Kauravas. Dhritarashtra had 100 sons. In course of time, since Pandu was the king, Dhritarashtra had an inner desire that my son should become the king now. Okay, I was earlier the rightful heir, but my son should become the king. But what happened again in the course of providence? In the next generation, the oldest son was Yudhishthir, who was a son of Pandu. So technically, he became the rightful heir for the kingdom. He became the rightful successor for the kingdom. So Dhritarashtra always thought that, okay, oh, I could not become a king. My son has to become the king. And this was an envious thought which was going on in his heart. This was a constant desire in his heart. As a result of that, what happened is, and that was one part, and plus, okay, the sons that were born to Dhritarashtra, they were very envious of the Pandavas, and they tried several ways to kill the Pandavas. They tried several ways to make sure that, okay, they are moved out. And I would not go into the details, but just to share in short, in childhood only, they tried to kill Bhima, who is the strongest of the Pandavas. Then they tried to kill them by burning the kingdom, by sending them to a location, inviting them to stay in a new kingdom that was built, but actually that kingdom was made of lax and wax. So that kingdom was completely burnt, but somehow Pandavas got to know it earlier and they escaped it. And then they tried several other ways also. Once they got the right kingdom back, they tried several ways. They invited them for a game of gambling. In those days, whoever is a king, they could not deny if anyone invites them for gambling. So they were invited for gambling, they gambled and they lost their kingdom, and they lost themselves also. They became servants. And in this situation, the Kauravas, they tried to insult the wife of Pandavas, Draupadi. So, and they tried to strip her clothes off. Look, so you can understand, for a woman, chastity is very, very important. But all these things happened. So the Pandavas, they toiled everything, tolerated everything, okay, and they were, after that, okay, when this was happening at that time, Krishna saved Draupadi. Because Krishna is unlimited, Draupadi was in a precarious situation in which her chastity was at stake, and she had these Pandavas, 5 sons of Pandu, they were the strongest in the entire world. So she was trying to reach out to her husbands. Oh Pandavas, oh Yudhishthir, oh Bhim, oh Arjun, these were their names. Oh Nakul, oh Sahadev, please save me. But the Pandavas had already lost themselves in the game of dice, in the gambling match. And so they could not help. Draupadi reached out to the king, Dhritarashtra, who was personally present, who was an uncle to Draupadi. When the brother of Duryodhan, the eldest son of Dhritarashtra, was trying to strip her cloth off, so she reached out to her, Dhritarashtra, but the king was so blind in his so-called love to Duryodhan, his eldest son, that he kept quiet. He did not say anything. See, now this is a very important thing to learn. If we are silent on something that is happening wrong, that means we are taking sides with someone who is doing wrong. Very important thing. So Duryodhan did not. Dhritarashtra did not do. And then she reached out to Bhishma. Bhishma was the grandfather of the Kauravas and Pandavas. So he was the uncle um, of Dhritarashtra and Pandu. He did not do anything because he was helpless, as he was the minister of Dhritarashtra. And when Draupadi saw that no one was doing anything, he reached out to everyone and this was all happening in the assembly of Dhritarashtra. So he reached out to each and everyone. Just visualize the situation that you have the world's greatest power at your disposal. Your husbands are the greatest powerful persons of the world. And here you are in the midst of a situation where where your chastity is being attacked. That chastity, which is of highest importance to a woman. Okay, because one can be rich and one can lose money. When one is rich and when one loses money, then he loses something. Okay, when one loses, okay, if someone loses reputation, okay, or yeah, to some extent, like, okay, for some educational qualifications or something, like, okay, if they have lower educational qualification or so, if they are less reputed, then they'll, and or if they fail to do something, they lose something. But if one loses character, then that is the greatest loss. So Draupadi was in this situation, and in this helpless situation, she cried out, "Oh Krishna, oh Govinda, oh Damodar, please save me." And when she said this, when tears started coming from her eyes, before the tears came and before the tears came out, as the tears were coming out, Krishna was personally present, but he did not manifest himself outright there. What he did is he 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 was present there, and because Krishna is unlimited, he manifested as the unlimited sari of Draupadi. And the brother of Duryodhan, whose name is Dushashan, who was trying to pull the sari to disrobe the Draupadi, he had the power of 10,000 elephants. Now you can imagine any of us here who have the power of one elephant? No. But Dushashan had the power of 10,000 elephants. Okay. And Dushashan, when he was Draupadi, at one point of time, he tried to resist also Dushashan. But she saw that, okay, it was all useless. But when he called out for Krishna, at that time, as Krishna manifested as unlimited saris, at that time, Dushashan became tired. Like he kept on pulling the saris. Like, okay, the saris formed huge bundle one after the other, but like, okay, saris were never ending, and he gave up. That is Krishna. Krishna says, he tells Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita, "O Arjun, go ahead and declare it boldly. Name bhaktya pranashyati. My devotee will never perish." So Krishna is giving confidence to his devotees that, okay, I am always on the side of my devotees. Now, let us listen to another incident. This is one of my favorite incidents, like, that happened. So these guys, like, okay, so Draupadi got her sari back. Like, okay, after this, Pandavas were sent to an exile for 14 years. And here they are trying to come back from there. When they come back, they say that, okay, they have asked. So the condition was that they go to exile for 14 years. Once they are back from the exile, at that time, they will get back half the kingdom. But when they are back after 14 years, so think about it. You are in a forest for 14 years. When you are back from there, the condition was that you get back all your kingdom. But at that time, Duryodhan refuses to give them the kingdom. Okay. Pandavas are now kings. They are actually prince. Okay. And their rightful stake is to get the kingdom. They are being refused of the kingdom. So at that time, Krishna, who is actually in this case, like he becomes the relation in relation to the Pandavas, he is their cousin brother. Okay, so Krishna goes in as a messenger and he tells that, okay, Yudhishthira tells that, okay, see, we know Duryodhan doesn't want to give the kingdom. That's fine. Even if he gives 5 villages, we are okay with that. Now think about it. We are talking about, like, okay, here is a here they are going to get the kingdom, which is like a mansion. Okay, and along with that, like, okay, not just mansion, but it is a that mansion is just the palace, but kingdom is like, okay, the entire city. Okay, along with that, they get all the facilities, everything they get. Instead of that, they said, okay, Yudhishthir says that, okay, if he doesn't agree to give us the kingdom, we are good to take 5 villages. Villages mean small places, like, okay, underdeveloped places. Just visualize like that. So you have cities, but instead of that, we are okay to take some villages, like 5 villages, anything like what they give. So when Krishna proposes these options, he first asks for kingdom. Duryodhan refuses. Then he gives the option for giving 5 villages. Okay, and Krishna is doing this as a service to his devotee. The Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, but when it comes to devotees, he becomes subservient to his devotees. Okay, and he's saying that, okay, fine, if you give this 5 villages, they are okay. Then Duryodhan says that, okay, no, what to talk about 5 villages? I am not ready to give them that much land, which is there underneath a pin. Now, I hope all of you know what pin is, right? Pin. Underneath a pin, what kind of land will be there? Forget you and me standing there. That is not there is no question. Like, there is no, I mean, except for some microorganisms which we cannot see, no one can stand there. So Duryodhan is so envious, he does not want to give even that much land which is underneath a pin. So at this point, Krishna comes and says, okay, they have refused. So we have to fight. And everyone starts getting ready for fight. Now I want to ask you all, have you anytime experienced, like, okay, have you experienced any time, like, okay, when there has been a battle between two parties, what happens? Do you know what happens? So two sides.
One party, yeah, one party will win, another party will lose.
Yes, but before even the fight happens, when they start preparing for the fight, then what happens? What do they do? Yes, Ashok Kishore Chandra Prabhu. What do they do?
They will first judge that what is their strength.
They will first judge.
What is their strength?
Okay, they will first judge. No, I am.
No. Um,
Yes, Dhruva Mataji.
First, they distribute the power, like in Bhagavad Gita, like Dhritarashtra or Arjuna select the Lord Krishna, and the another part is like the armies or the power of the Krishna, all the soldiers, like this. They distribute the power, you mean?
Yes, very good point. So what Dhruva Mataji is saying is they start forming allies. Okay, see, think about it. Okay, I'll give you a practical scenario, and everyone can relate with this. So in now in sometimes, like, okay, when let's say now in the civilized areas it doesn't happen, but if you go to if you even in India, I've seen many times when there is a small roadside, street side fight that happen, like some vehicle comes and hits another vehicle. So this guy gets very agitated. "Hey, you hit my vehicle." He hits this guy. Okay, as soon as he hit, this other guy will also hit this guy. And then what is the next thing? He thinks that, okay, I have to overpower this guy. He will go back, he will get 5 of his men. Okay, these are my allies. And during that time, he's like, you know what this guy did? This guy did so and so things. Okay, he will surcharge those other guys and he'll bring here. And now on the other side, there is one guy. Here is 5 guys. So they will beat him black and blue. And then that guy will go back, he will bring 25 guys. Okay, and this is how it continues. So in this case, what Dhruva Mataji was saying is they will start forming allies. So Duryodhana and his side, they started forming allies, and Pandavas on this side, they started forming allies. Now, Duryodhan, think about it, they were already the kings. And because one is a king, when one is in power, right, one has lot of things in his authority. Media is in his control. Nowadays, you see, like, okay, when elections are happening, at the time, like, okay, whoever is the ruling party, media is in their control, at least most of it. Okay, and so you can spread any type of news you want. So Duryodhan started sending, and plus they have maximum outreach. They have like soldiers. They can send people at n number of places that there is a war going to happen. We want, these guys did so and so things, like they are raging a war against us. Please come and support us. So they got a large number of people put together. And then on the other side, Pandavas were also trying to do things. But, and Duryodhan, see, when all this happens, Duryodhan had a like his all the intelligence, or all the bad intelligence that he used to get, like, okay, all the ideas that he used to get was from his maternal uncle, whose name was Shakuni. So he says that, okay, you should go to Krishna. See, they had seen the power of Krishna, what Krishna could demonstrate. But, and I will give you an example, like when Krishna comes in as a messenger, at that time, when Duryodhan tells that I will not give you any more land than what is underneath the pin. At that time, Krishna says, do you know what is the outcome of this? The outcome of this is you all will be wiped off. And Krishna says like this. And when Duryodhan hears this, what he does is, he knows that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay. I mean, he has heard many people tell that, okay, this Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. But what he does is, he does not believe it. He does not have faith in that. And what he does is, he immediately says, go ahead and arrest that Krishna. And as soon as he says, go ahead and arrest that Krishna, Krishna manifests his Virat Swarup. Virat Swarup means that form in which Krishna becomes, he manifests his universal form. This form you can see right behind me. So in that particular form, all the demigods, all the demons, all the planets, all the mountains, all the galaxies, all the different universes were all showing under Krishna, within Krishna. And it was a very dangerous form to see. It was very huge. And during that form, like, Duryodhan could actually see that, okay, he, like, each and every of his sibling, all the 100 siblings of them are getting killed in the battlefield. Okay. But despite seeing all that, okay, his heart, and as this all was happening, his father was also being Sanjay. He shared all, Sanjay, who is the chariot driver of Dhritarashtra, he was narrating everything, what he was seeing, because to Dhritarashtra, that is Duryodhan's father, that, okay, what are you saying? He said, Krishna became this gigantic universal form, and he's displaying all these things. But after seeing all these things, the conclusion of Shakuni and Duryodhan and his brothers was that, okay, this guy is a very mystical person. He's not God. He is doing all these magic tricks with us. That was his conclusion. Why? Can anyone say why this conclusion was there?
What's the conclusion? Say that again, please.
His conclusion was that, okay, this Krishna is a mystical trickster. He's doing some magic tricks for us, but he's not God after all.
Because they don't believe on God, they don't have faith on Lord Krishna.
They don't have faith on Krishna. And see, these people are at a ground where they do not have faith on Krishna. But let's see what the Pandavas did. Now, even though they don't have faith on Krishna, they know that Krishna is very powerful. So Shakuni, Duryodhan's maternal uncle, he says that, okay, why don't you go and ask Krishna for help. So here comes Duryodhan and Arjun. Please hear this incident very, very attentively. You may have heard this earlier, but I want you to just hear this so that there may be newer realizations you may get out of this incident. Both of them come to Krishna. On one side, Duryodhan comes, and on another side comes Arjun. I will just mute everyone so that like everyone is able to, there is no background noise. So both of them come, and Duryodhan reaches first. So what he does is he goes ahead and takes a seat. Now the situation is like this: Krishna is sleeping. He's lying down on the bed and he's sleeping. Duryodhan reaches first. He takes his seat. There is a chair. There is a nice chair, cushioned chair, right above the head of Krishna on that side. So he takes a seat there. And then after some time, like Arjun comes, and Arjun, he always considers Arjun is a nice devotee of Krishna. He comes and sits on the ground besides the lotus feet of Krishna. So now after both of them are waiting when Krishna will wake up and they will open up their Pandora of desires for Krishna. We also do this, right? So now, uh, when Krishna opens his eyes, naturally, when you open your eyes, you see one who is ahead of you, right? So Duryodhana is behind him. He sees Arjun first. He says, "Oh, Arjun, you have come here. What have you come here for?" And Duryodhana hears this and he says, "I came first. Please ask me also." So, so the Krishna says, "But I saw him first. So Arjun, you tell me why you have come here." So Arjun says, and both of them then share that, okay, see, now, as you know, Krishna, that the war is about to begin, and want to, we need your help for this war. Without your help, we cannot, we cannot go for this war. So please, please, Krishna, please, you help us for this. So Krishna says, okay, you both have come, so I have to give you both something. So let me do one thing. Let me offer you this. I have on one side 900,000 soldiers. Krishna is also a king. So he's saying, I have 900,000. They are called Navratnas. So these soldiers, I want to tell you, they have never lost a war. All the wars that they fought, they have always won in those. That is on one side. And on the other side, I am there. But the thing is, I will not lift any weapon. I will not touch any weapon. You can consider that I will not be doing any fighting activity, but I'll be there on that side. So, oh Arjun, tell me. So Duryodhana says, I should get the first chance. Krishna says, no, I will offer it to Arjun only because I saw him first. So Duryodhana is thinking, like, I need that 9 lakh soldiers who has never lost a war. And Arjun has the first choice, so he will tell that. But Arjun says, Krishna, I want you only. So Duryodhana says, see this fool? He took Krishna who is not going to fight. Okay. So Duryodhana is very happy. And he says, okay, Arjun, good. Thank you very much. Krishna, I will take. Anyway, I know now I am left with this only. I will take this. And he walks out the room. He is very happy. He is super happy. He thinks that he has won the war. He goes out. Then Krishna asks Arjun, Arjun, what did you do? Why did you ask for me? I gave you the option. Why did you do this? So Arjun says, Krishna, it does not matter whether Krishna says you will lose the war because all of these fighters they have never lost a war. So Arjun says, Krishna, it does not matter whether I win or lose the war. I just want you only. Okay. It does not matter whether I win or lose the war, but I want you only. I want you to just think about this for a moment. It does not matter which way I'm going, but I want you only. What is this? This is love. This is unconditional love. I do not have any of my motivated, like I don't have any special motivation for this. Okay, I just want Krishna. This is Arjun's motivation. So I want you to reflect on this. See, this devotional spirit of Arjun, why I said this, why I brought about this particular event is because this particular event, incident of Arjuna, the spirit of Arjuna towards Krishna is an essential ingredient that is required for understanding Bhagavad Gita. Let us reflect on this. Let me ask this question. Okay. Can anyone say why? What is so different? Or do you want to make an attempt?
Yes.
Yes, Dhruva Mataji.
What is the difference between the person like
Duryodhana.
Duryodhana and the Krishna?
Yes. No, Duryodhana and Arjuna's, like what they asked for. What is the difference? See, Arjuna is
Yes,
really
of
willing to
course.
do the war also. What is
Yeah, Arjuna asks for Lord Krishna, but Duryodhana asks for the power of the Krishna. And difference between these two are, one is Arjuna has a faith and unconditional love and trust for Lord Krishna. He knows if I took Lord Krishna, then I will win this fight. But Duryodhan, he has a faith on his power, not himself, not in the soldier or the people. Like if what he think is, if he has a lot of people with lot of weapon, then he will win the war. That means he don't trust, he doesn't have a faith on Lord Krishna. I think it's all about belief, trust, and unconditional love for Krishna, for Arjuna, and it's go against of like Duryodhana.
very nice? Thank you, Dhruva Mataji. Anyone else wants to say anything? No one wants to say anything? Yes, Lalu Kaku. You can unmute and say.
And Arjuna was very much well knowing that Krishna is Bhagavan. He is a Param, he is a Bhagavan. And he is the most powerful. So if Krishna is with him, and nobody can do any harm to them. Nobody can do any harm to them. And it's a purely devotional love on respect of Krishna. They can do anything they want to do. With this unconditional and very great faith over Krishna, he told that I don't want the soldier by I want you only.
Okay. Thank you. Anyone else? Ashok Keshavchandra Prabhu, you also want to share something?
Yes. In the world, it is vital that one should have the decision power, who can take the correct decision in right time, which Krishna is only having that power. So Arjuna knows very well, even though he is so close to Krishna and he knows the power of Krishna, that actually in the world he will guide him in the proper way. So that will give him the positive. Yes. So that's why he chose Krishna.
Okay. Anyone else?
May I say it again,
Yes, sure.
if you don't mind?
Yes, yes, definitely.
Yeah, I want to share something about the Arjuna is already he is a righteous devotee of the Lord Krishna, very strong morality, and Duryodhana is a person who think about like antagonist, driven by greed, arrogance, and a desire for power, often acting against ethical principles. He don't believe. He always hungry for the powers all the time. But Arjuna, he has a strong, you know, righteousness. How you say? I don't know. I have lack of words to explain it.
Yeah,
Seeks
point.
guidance. Yeah, seek guidance from Lord Krishna. Like he knows if I select Lord Krishna, definitely I'll win the war.
Okay.
Like
And okay. Kite, anything from your side, or Nandini Priyamataji, anything from your side?
I guess I can say kind of like so I'm not the best with names, but not Arjuna. Um the ones that got the army of 900,000. Um Basically like it seems like he can like see the power of like the 900,000 army that has never been defeated, but he's like because of his all his envy and everything else, he's like too blind to see that there's a source to the like well that's coming from. So he doesn't see that in Krishna.
Okay. Anything, Nandini Priyamataji? Okay. Okay. Nandini Priyamataji responded. Sure. Okay. So, yeah, all of you said whatever you said, it is correct. But I want to highlight on one thing. See, I know some of you said, like, okay, Arjuna was confident that, okay, with Krishna on his side, like, okay, he he has good abilities, he'll be able to win the battle, power, decisive ability, that is all fine. But Arjuna was willing to lose the battle also. It does not matter. Whatever way Krishna takes, that means like he had unflinching faith. Like okay, whichever way Krishna goes, either udhar, whatever, whatever way goes, I am fine. I want to be with Krishna only. See, I will give you one simple example. This example may be easy to relate. Okay. Now, every one of us are coming like in a family. Okay. And if in the family, if the choice is between the father and the wealth of the father, okay, one is the power of father and another is father himself. Which one will we choose?
father.
Right? Right? Why? See, the father may be a millionaire. Father is saying, okay, you want me or you want my $1 million? You can take any of this. Okay.
Father.
Right?
Yes.
Correct. Why? Because of love. Because of love. It does not matter whether father has $1 million, this mansion, that is fine. Let's drop those things. I need father only. Okay. At that time, will we be singing, Are father will be there, he will be able to guide me, this, that. He will have a lot of power, he will do this thing, that thing. Will we think about that? No, we'll not think about this. Okay. That is because of love. When love comes, we don't have any other motivations. All motivations goes aside. And Duryodhan on the other side, if you see, he was materially calculative. Forget about his lack of understanding Krishna's, like Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, but he was materially trying to calculate, 900,000 was never lost to, or I already have 3100,000. No, I'm just giving a number, okay? I already have um, this, this is 900,000 will be there. Before that, I already have 1 million soldiers. So with along with this much, so these guys will be completely powerless. But Arjun had only one reason. He did not He did not have any selfish desire. He did not want to exploit Krishna for anything. He said, Arey, he did not expect that Krishna, in future, you give me that intelligence or you give me this, that. Like, he had absolutely no expectation from Krishna. I just want you. That's it. That is pure love. And why I mentioned this is that this spirit of Arjuna towards Krishna is an essential ingredient for understanding the Bhagavad Gita. When we develop the love for Krishna, okay, if we develop the love for Krishna, will we not have faith for Krishna? Obviously, that is basic thing. Okay, so when we have faith, when we have love for Krishna, faith is automatically included in that. So how do we develop love for Krishna? Can anyone say that? I will give another simple example for this. Okay, let's take a material example. Material example is iPhone. Nowadays, iPhone is very hot in market. Okay, and
Yeah, I have 16 Pro Max.
16 Pro Max is the latest one, is that, Mataji?
Yes.
Okay, so 16 Pro Max is the latest. Okay, now someone comes to me and like they're telling, "Hey, you have got this 14 only. Now look at this. World has changed. It is no longer in 14. It has gone to 16. What are the features?" Now, honestly, I don't know what are the features of 16, but I'm just saying they'll say, okay, big screen. Okay, look at this, the kind of memory power it has, and look at these apps. Now, when they do this, what happens is when we listen to this, after some time, you might feel, Arey, till that point of time, you might feel your phone is good. But after hearing all this thing, you might feel, I think, yeah, this has become outdated. I need that 16 Pro Max only now. What has happened in the meantime? We took association of someone who has 16 Pro Max and we heard about the qualities of 16 Pro Max. And as a result of that, what happened is we desired to have 16 Pro Max of iPhone. Okay, so what do we need to develop that desire? Can anyone tell that?
What we need? What's the question again?
What do we need to develop a desire? See, if I'll give you another example. If someone wants to become a businessman, okay, he's just graduating out of college, you will see like you can apply this principle anywhere. Someone wants to become a businessman, they have somehow or other, they have come in association of a businessman. Okay, and through that, and that businessman will see, I'm making $1 billion, I'm doing this, that, okay, and I have 10 businesses, this, that, and suddenly this business, the desire for doing business arises in his heart. Someone, okay, if he's a drug addict, he has come in association of drug addicts, and he has heard like, if you do this drug peddling, you could get a like $500,000 with one trip. I don't know, like just making up, but you can make this with one trip. And they'll be like, oh, is it? Oh, I never thought you can make so much. And how long does it take to make one trip? Oh, you just have to do like spend 2 hours. That's it. Oh, that easy. And he develops a desire. So what did he do in that meantime to develop the desire? Nandini Priya Mataji is saying association and curiosity. Does everyone agree? Anyone has a different opinion?
Desire always comes from the materialistic world, and this desire makes us so unhappy and unsatisfied. I don't know what's the question and what I'm answering. I'm sorry.
My question is, where does this desire come from?
Desire comes from within us.
Hmm. It comes from within us, but how? How is it generated? All these examples that I said, in that, are you able to relate something? Kite, you want to say anything, or Lalu Kaku, you want to say something?
It comes from the mind.
Yes, it comes from mind, but how did that desire get generated? See, this is very, very important point. Why I was coming to this is, why I was giving this very different example is, there are two things. Nandini Priya Mataji told one thing correctly. She said that association is very important. Okay, when I heard from Dhruba Mataji about iPhone 16 Pro Max, she told me about the qualities of this. So I heard it. One is association and hearing. Hearing in that association creates desire in our heart. Okay. Someone may be a medical professional. They have come in contact with some medical professional and they thereby developed a desire. Oh, I wish I could be like him. Or I wish I could follow this person. They've heard something around that. Someone chose to do, like, go into a medical field, or like, okay, drug peddling or anything, like smoker, gambler, anything that you see, these desires are coming because we come in association and we hear. And Dhruva Mataji, I want to correct one thing. Desire may not be just material. Desire could be spiritual also. But in spirit, to develop desire, we need these two things. We need that association of those people who can share us, and then we need to hear from them. Those who are sincere devotees, if we hear from them, then we also develop intense desire that, okay, I want that. And in this incident, like, okay, the incident that I was sharing, Arjuna, the the essential ingredient for understanding Bhagavad Gita is the devotional spirit of Arjuna. That is that intense love. So that intense love, how we can develop? By hearing from the right sources. When we hear from the right sources, then we develop that desire. And how do we intensify this desire? We intensify this desire by chanting. Okay, by chanting and hearing. What is chanting and hearing? What it does is, it is just like nourishment. If we have to plant a tree, right? First we place the seed, but then what we do, we water it, we give it nice nourishment, like, okay, that cow dung or other things we give, right? Manure. So that is hearing and chanting. If we are regularly doing hearing and chanting, then what will happen is our heart will start getting cleansed. We will also develop intense desire for with loving service to Krishna. And when we serve Krishna, okay, with a mood that, okay, Krishna, I want to please you. See, Arjun had absolutely no other ulterior motive. He did not want anything from Krishna. He wanted Krishna only. Duryodhan wanted from Krishna. Duryodhan did not want Krishna. It is like the father and his wealth example. Do we want the father or his wealth? Always think this thing. Like, okay, do I want Krishna or do I want things from Krishna? If I am wanting things from Krishna, then I am that child who wants the wealth of the father, but not the father. Okay, but if I want Krishna, okay, devotee always wants for Krishna. And when Krishna comes, he automatically comes with whatever he wants to give. He will give us those things which are needed for us. Okay, but he will not give us those things which can hamper us. And I want to give you one example. See, one may go and beg to God. One may go and beg to Krishna that, okay, Krishna, I need a car. Okay, please give me a car, or please give me a job so that I can buy a car. And that person may be, after some time, he may come back and say, I prayed to Krishna so long and I did not get a car. And he might be, we may see some children also like this. Like, okay, they may be blaspheming their parents. My father, like, he does not give me anything. But he does not know if Krishna approves that. Krishna can see that you have an accident where your leg might get chopped off, actually. You may have to amputate your leg. That is why Krishna is not giving. Krishna does not give us those things which can be harmful to us. He never gives those things which are harmful to us. and he always takes us in the right direction. If we are put in a situation which is a difficulty, and we are trying to become a devotee of Krishna, then there is certain message. And how can we decode this message? When we are in association of devotees, when we take guidance from someone. How do I understand this situation? Then devotees can help us understand. They can help us decode our situation, how Krishna, what is it that we can understand from here. So with this, I will conclude here. I know it is very late in India. I wanted to share one small story, but I think I wanted to also close it in time so that those who are in India, for them it is getting late. So Hare Krishna, Shri Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Does anyone have any questions or comments or any suggestions?
Yeah, I have a question, Guruji.
Yes, yes. Please, Bhagavad.
Last time you said this is not from today class. Last time I went early for my yoga class, so I have a question of that session, if you don't mind.
Yes, yes. Go ahead.
Last time you said whatever happening in this life is not only because of this life. Some incident or some accidents, some we don't want that, but we are suffering from that. Not this is because of a previous life too. You said that, right?
Correct.
Correct. Yeah. Let me ask you one question. There is a girl. She just 5 years, 8 months, or 4 years, and she was raped by one alcoholic person who is more like 45 or 35, like that. And because of him, the girl was dead. And how we claim that she has done something bad in her previous life, and because of that she died. How we claim that, how we say that, I don't think it's a good one. Like I relate on different type of topic, whatever you said. There are a lot of people like this who born with blind, or some people they have very bad life. I work for domestic violence people, like a woman or something bad to the woman. I know the lot of incidents, lot of bad stuff on my head from the different women. So how you answer it?
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Dhruva Mataji, firstly, for contemplating on what we discussed, and for, as you come across the real life situation, you are contemplating on what we have already discussed in the classes. So I will answer the second part of your question first, and then I'll go to the first part. So your second part of the question was, okay, if someone is born blind, how can we understand? Okay. So before we go to that question, I want to give you a scenario, and I'll be very honest. Actually, today I was thinking of covering a different topic because we reached the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and I wanted to go ahead from this. But as much as I meditated, yes, Kite Prabhu, yes, that is correct. Why do bad things happen to good people? good or innocent people. Is that your question also, Prabhu, or like, okay, is that something you have an answer for that?
Oh, me? Well, I know it's been the Seminole that I forget his name. What is it? Nita Das or
Ah,
the he does the Seminole at
Nitya
in
Krishna Prabhu.
the what's that?
Nitya Krishna Prabhu.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's him. He does the Seminole every year. He, I know that's one of the questions he always addresses.
Yes. So I am just trying to think, like, okay, what is a easy way to understand this? So let's say I go to a restaurant. Okay, I am wearing a yellow t-shirt, right? And I go to the restaurant and I say, okay, I need one, those, let's say I'm asking for an item like one pakoda. Get that pakoda for me to the waiter. Okay. And when the waiter brings something, by the time I have already left, and now I am here sitting with a red t-shirt. I am coming here with a red t-shirt. So the waiter brings that red pakoda for me. Okay. And he gives me, sir, here is your red pakoda. Sorry, sir, here is your pakoda. So I said, okay, no, but I don't want it. No, you asked it. No, I don't want it. No, just now you were here. Okay. No, I did not ask for it. So why I said this is because in Bhagavad Gita, the 13th verse, it is said that, okay, as a soul, we are just transitioning from one body to another. Second chapter, 13th verse. Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara. So as a soul, we are just transitioning from one body to another. And just like we keep changing clothes daily, so the soul keeps changing bodies. And there are three causes for any incident to occur. There is one is an immediate cause, another is a remote cause, and third is the ultimate cause. What is the immediate cause? I go ahead and slap someone on the street. Okay. What will happen automatically as a result of that? There will be Mahaprasad from there on the other side. So that will come. That is an immediate cause because I did this. Okay. But then there is also a remote cause. Remote cause is like, okay, I was tempted to do this by, and in my karma, like I had this, I was supposed to get that slap. How that slap will come, that is next thing. Because that time circumstances would depend actually. Krishna will decide. And the third thing, we talked about the remote cause, and the third is the ultimate cause. Ultimate cause is Krishna is the ultimate doer. Sarva Karana Karanam. He is the cause of all causes. These are the three levels. So if you see, I will take an example of a child. And this child, let's say my son likes to eat ice cream. Okay. And one day, somehow, like, okay, he's asking for ice cream. Give me ice cream, give me ice cream, give me ice cream. And then I am not giving ice cream. Okay. And what has happened, like during the days, he already had ice cream 4 times. Okay. And I've been telling, no, next time I'll not give you, next time I'll not give you. But he somehow had second time also, third time also, he had fourth time. Now this is the fifth time he's asking. So I am telling him, I will not give you ice cream. This time all of us at home will have ice cream, but you will not get ice cream. Okay. And when I'm saying this, right, a new member, let's say Dhruva Mataji, enters our home. Okay. And she sees my son, like who is 9-year-old, he's crying, Papa, give me ice cream. And then I'm saying, no, I will not give you ice cream, and all of us will have ice cream. And then all of us are literally having ice cream. And she's saying that this little child, poor child, he is not having ice cream. And all these other ones who are seated here, they are having ice cream. These older people, they are having ice cream. And that boy who is supposed to have ice cream is not having ice cream. Now, what has happened is she does not know what has happened in past. The 4 ice cream he has eaten. Okay, she is only seeing this picture. He did not get ice cream. But what has transpired before is he had 4 ice creams. As a parent, what you're doing is if he has more, it will affect his throat, it will affect his belly. And so as a parent, he's being stopped. But the image that Dhruva gets is, what a notorious dad this is. I wish I never have a dad like this, who never gives ice cream. So the previous story that I said is that, I mean, if you just take the soul's journey as a small portion of that soul's journey, the portion where he had the 4 ice creams was the part of the soul's journey. And whatever Dhruva Mataji saw is just the snapshot of this life. You will not get ice cream. Okay. So if you look at only a small snapshot, we will not be able to understand the real picture. And now let me give you a real example. So this is, I thought, okay, how we can easily see if there are relatable incidents, then we can understand it easily. That is why I wanted to mention this. But this question was really put by Dhritarashtra to Krishna. And Dhritarashtra said that, Krishna, can you tell me, like after the battlefield of this Kauravas was over, all his 100 sons died actually in the battle. The Pandavas were victorious, all the 100 sons died. Then Dhritarashtra said, okay, Krishna, he was heartbroken and he said, Krishna, please tell me, what did I do in my past life to get so much sorrow? See, if one son dies, how much pain it is to the father. Think about it. If 100 son dies, what kind of pain it will be? All his 100 sons, one after the other, were killed. It is a different thing that they were all envious and everything. Let us leave that aside. But how much pain it will be to the father. So because his all 100 sons died, he was so much pain. And he said, what did I do so bad that all my 100 sons died? Then Krishna said, 50 lifetimes back, okay, you once killed, and not only killed, you blinded and killed different I'm not able to remember what creature it was, but there was some, I think it was some birds. You blinded them and you killed them. So, and there were 100 of those creatures which you killed. It was some kind of a bird. So Dhritarashtra said, okay, before 50 lifetimes, I killed 100 creatures. I blinded them also. So why did I have to wait for 50 lifetimes? Right? Valid question. So,
Yeah.
So Krishna said, yes, when you kill them, at that time, as a reaction to that, you were supposed to get 100 sons, and all those 100 sons were going to get killed. But to get a son, you have to have so many pious activity to get a child. You took 50 lifetimes to get that much pious credit so that you can get 100 sons, and then all the 100 sons will get killed. That is the law of nature. That is the law of karma. Now, since the question has come to this, I want to tell you, I want to tell each and every one of you that so we have also done many things, and we also don't know what we have done. What to talk about 50 lifetimes, we don't know about one lifetime back also, right? So what is due for us? And this is where Krishna gives assurance. Sarva dharma parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami masucha. You abandon all business. Just surrender unto me. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami. I will relieve you of all sinful reactions. And then he says, and we might be like, "Arey, really? Will you really do that?" Because that was what our last class was all about. He says, Masucha, do not worry. I guarantee you. So, Dhruva Mataji, I want to ask you, does that answer your question?
Um,
Now, I want to tell you.
to be honest with myself, I'm not satisfied because we cannot say the small girl was raped and killed by some addict or some alcoholic male, and we cannot consider this girl. I cannot consider that. ये लड़की का जो भी हुआ इसके साथ, ये इसका प्रीवियस लाइफ से कुछ गलत कर रही थी इसलिए ऐसा हुआ, मैं तो मान ही नहीं सकती। और जो छोटे छोटे बच्चे हैं जो सेक्स ट्रैफिकिंग में है, ह्यूमन ट्रैफिकिंग में है, हम ऐसा तो नहीं बोल सकते ना इसने प्रीवियस लाइफ में बहुत सारे लड़कियों को बेच रखा होगा इसलिए ऐसा हो गया इसके साथ, ऐसे तो नहीं बोल सकते ना गुरुजी।
Yes, so ये what we can do, Mataji, is it is like this. We don't know. Like, okay, see, here is the thing. What they may have done and all that we may not know. And why they have a short lifespan. There is it is like this. There could be several reasons. I will give you one more example. This example really, this example and the ice cream example stuck with me. It becomes more relatable. So let's say we all know that, okay, we all have taken rice, right? Rice we eat for food. So think about it. Let's say there is a drum of rice. And rice comes in various varieties. We have brown rice, we have basmati rice, we have Sona Masuri rice. And I don't know in India, like, I don't know if it happens now, but those who are given subsidized rice, those are rice of very low quality. Okay. And because Kite mentioned this question, like, okay, why do bad things happen to good people? This is a very, very summary, concise answer. So if, let's say, underneath the drum, there's a tap, we open that tap, okay, and all the rice is falling down from the tap. And on the drum, we are filling rice, different varieties of rice. First, we fill the basmati, then we fill the Sona Masuri, Ponni rice, this rice, the subsidized rice, this all different rice we are putting, right? We keep the tap open. Now on the top, like there are 10, 15 layers of rice which is filled. Now on the top, we are putting the subsidized rice. But in the lowest level, what is there? There is basmati, right?
Brown.
Basmati is coming out. So in many people's life, we might see they are doing very bad activities. But what is coming from down? Basmati. Subsidized low quality rice is input. Input is low quality. But what is output? output is basmati. That means we are saying, how is it that they are happy? So much bad activities they are doing. Okay. And then after basmati gets over, he has the subsidized rice. But now from top he is putting basmati. And then we see, all good activities he is doing. And what is coming from down? The subsidized rice. His output is so poor. He's such a nice person, but see what is he getting?
Yeah.
Okay. So these are all different layers that are there, that are the layers of his karma. And as a result of that, the fruit of that karma is coming out, which has been deposited lifetime after lifetime. Whether it is pious or impious. When you keep the tap open, something is coming out. Okay. They may be putting Sona Masuri from top, but Basmati may be coming out. They may be putting Sona Masuri or Basmati from top, and the low subsidized, very cheap quality subsidized right must be coming out. And you think, oh, what kind of input am I putting, and what is the output am I getting? Or what is the input this person is putting, and what is the output that they're getting? We see many times, right? Some people work like day and night, like they do all good for others, and in their own life, what a terrible hell they are living in. Is it relatable?
Yeah.
This is the essence. And what Krishna is saying is, okay, take shelter of me, then this drum will become empty. I will empty this drum. Okay, so that we don't have to depend on, like, okay, what was previous layer and this layer. But it's a gradual process. And how does that process work? When we sincerely hear and when we sincerely chant. When we are sincerely, and what is the real process of chanting nicely? Srila Prabhupada is explaining, when we should chant, right? We should chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. As if a small child is crying for his parent. When the small child is crying, he is not saying, oh, change my diaper. Arey, that bank account, this, that. Like, no, they are not saying it. He will just cry. It is up to the parent to figure out what is the problem with the child. So cry for Hare Krishna Mahamantra in such a way that Krishna will reciprocate with your call. Draupadi was helpless. What is the hope for us? No bank account, no safe deposits, no powerful contacts. No one can save us. It is only Krishna. He is there for one and all. But we have to have that calling also.
So I have a question.
Sure, Kite Prabhu.
So like I get what you're saying with like the flow of karma, and it can be, it's very like diverse. But how does like, is there any way like that timing lines up with like the example that she used with like the alcoholic person like killing someone, because that's also like something that they're doing, and then that's adding to, because looking at it from their perspective, it's adding to their like lifetime pool of bad karma, right?
No, I could not understand your question, Prabhu.
Like if you have like a 5-year-old child, and you have like, you have like some alcoholic guy that just goes and kills it, like that's something bad happening to the child, but then he's like doing something that would add to his like lifetime pool of bad karma,
Oh, yes, definitely.
right? So how does that like the timing, like how does the timing like
How does
kind
the
of line
timing of
up?
this work? So,
Yeah, what determines that?
So here in Bhagavad Gita, it says that the law of karma is so intricate and very complex. We may not be able to decode this, but in terms of the different, so let's say this person who is involved in a bad activity. Okay, so many times you might see that a person, if he does a criminal offense, right, like this, very dangerous type of offense. Okay, so they are punished by the court of law, right? And many times there are people who escape the law also. So if there are people who are punished by the law, then the law, let's say there is, I'll put it this way. Let's say by undergoing the punishment for the law, like in this case, it could be a capital punishment. They are sentenced to death. Then by undergoing that punishment, they are able to get some reaction or all reaction of what they were due. But in some cases, they may escape the punishment of the law, but they cannot escape the nature's law. Nature in its course of time will do that. So in what time it will act upon, that is up to Krishna. Because if you see Dhritarashtra, it took him 50 lifetimes. For some of us, it could be just few lifetimes we are just running behind, okay, on few things. And some others may be fructifying. And if you want to really understand this is a very deep subject. And some of these, we can understand it like this. Like for a mango tree to come up from a seed, it takes few years. But if you put the grain of rice, seeds for rice, the pulses, they just come in few months actually. They are seasonal products. So rice, paddy, wheat, they are all seasonal. They come very quickly. So similarly, some of these karmas take very long time to fructify, whereas others, like we get immediate results. Some we may get results even within this lifetime also. So that is how it is.
गुरुजी
Yes.
आज आप हिंदी भी समझते हो ना?
हाँ,
हाँ, आज के सेशन से मेरे मन में एक क्वेश्चन आया कि अगर बॉडी आवर सोल इज चेंज आवर बॉडी लाइक आवर सोल इज all the time same but it changes body like we change our clothes, right? अगर ऐसा है तो हमारे पास तो डिफाइनाइट लाइक लिमिटेड सोल होना चाहिए ना? The soul are limited, you mean to say that soul are limited, and why the population grown up day by day or most of the time decrease, most of not some of the time is population increase, soul is definite. If so, ये जो जनसंख्या वृद्धि होती है ये तो एज इट इज होना चाहिए ना हमेशा। मेरा डेथ हो गया तो मेरे सोल अनदर बॉडी में जाएगा, फिर उस बॉडी का एंड हुआ फिर अनदर बॉडी में जाएगा, ऐसा होना चाहिए ना? तो लिमिटेड सोल क्यों नहीं है?
Hare
It
Krishna.
sounds silly.
No. It is a very good question.
Oh, thank you.
In fact, I want to tell you this. I asked this same question several years back.
Oh,
So, and I was also told that it was a very good question.
oh,
So it is, you are trying to think in this line. So I will explain the question that Dhruva Mataji asked. The question that she asked is, since the body, like the soul is changing bodies, right? But in the universe, there are some limited number of souls, right? So in that case, how is it that the population is increasing? Otherwise, generally like, okay, if the soul is limited, then the population should remain constant, correct? So it's a good question, correct? So here is
Yes, absolutely. This is my question. Yeah.
yeah. So the response to that is, see, the soul is not limited to just human beings. It also includes insects, plants, aquatic bodies, and we are just talking about our this Earth planet within this universe. Srimad Bhagavatam goes into details that okay, there are unlimited number of universes. So if you just see when the soul is changing bodies, it is not guaranteed that we will get a human life. In fact, human life is very, very rare. We are most fortunate to be in this human form of life. And that is why, like in this human form of life only, we can make plans to move out of this cycle. Now, in other lives, like the dog will not think, okay, how do I exit from this dog life and never come back to this material world? No, lion will not think like that, nor will a donkey think. That is only um, up to the human being. But it could be any soul. A person may go to an insect body, and an insect may come to a human body. So it has to, there are 8.4 million species that the soul is
Yes.
connected to. And thereby, like, okay, and that too, we are able to see only few of these. Srila Prabhupada explains that even in the sun planet, even in the moon planet, where human beings, like humans went to the moon planet, they could not find any habitat. But that is because we are thinking in our sense, like, okay, we are thinking in our terms, like, okay, that about the habitat over there, like we could not see. But they are organisms, there are people who are living there. There are other living entities who are living there, but they are not visible to our eyes. That's the thing. So
Mm.
does that answer your question, Mataji?
Y- Yes, yes, and I am 100% satisfied with this answer. I never think like that.
Yeah, Bhagavatam goes into very, very detail around this actually. And
Yeah. If you
see,
have time, just one more question, then I'm done.
sure, okay. If
Uh,
anyone else wants to leave, they can leave actually, because I know it is getting late.
Yeah,
और किसी को क्वेश्चन सुनना है तो पूछ सकते हैं, मैं बाद में करूंगी.
Yeah, Kite, you were saying something?
I was gonna say, yeah, I was about to leave. Just want to say bye and thank you very much for answering the questions.
Thank you very much, Kite Prabhu. Hare Krishna. We look forward to seeing you. Hare Krishna. Yes, Dhruva Mataji, you can go ahead.
Yeah, my question is, मुझे हिंदी में सुनना अच्छा लगता है कि मैं क्या कहना चाह रही हूँ वो एग्जैक्ट बता सकती हूँ.
हाँ, बोलिए ना.
ये स्पिरिचुअल लाइन में वर्ड ही नहीं मिलता, क्या बताएं इसको, वर्ड ही नहीं है इंग्लिश में, तो मुझे नहीं आता, वर्ड तो
या
है क्यों
बोलिए
नहीं
नहीं
है.
बोलिए.
या मेरा क्वेश्चन है कि अम, हम ये बोल रहे हैं, जो भी भागवत गीता बोल रहे हैं, आप बोल रहे हैं और प्रभु बोल रहे हैं, जो भी जितने भी इंसान बोल रहे हैं, वो उनका डेथ होके वो वापस तो नहीं आए हैं ना. नेवर, नो वन केम रिटर्न. एंड जब डेथ हो गया तो हो गया. मैं कैसे मान लूं कि वो दूसरी बॉडी पे गए, उसका सोल जो है वो दूसरी बॉडी पे गया है. और जो भी है, लाइक दिस लाइफ में हमने किया है उसका हमको रिटर्न मिलेगा. और मैं नेचर ऑफ लॉ में विश्वास करती हूँ, और अ, भगवान पे भी विश्वास करती हूँ, पर 100% नहीं करती कि हाँ, मैं ये करूंगी तो मुझे रिटर्न में ये आएगा, और मेरे इस कर्मों के बाद, ये इस लाइफ के बाद दूसरी लाइफ में भी मैं आज जो कर रही हूँ उसको मुझे भुगतना पड़ेगा. कोई भी मर के वापस तो नहीं आया है ना, तो हम कैसे विश्वास करें कि हाँ, जो भी कह रहे हैं वो सत्य है.
Okay. So, what a coincidence. Hare Krishna. See, Krishna is always, he's always very dynamic. And your question is answered here. I will share my screen. So How do I take this? So if you see, there are numerous stories on reincarnation. Not really stories, but they're real facts about reincarnation. And I will send you a class that we had earlier. So from this class, you will get a lot of information about this. But since you asked this, today morning only I was reading this article, and I will just now go ahead and share my screen. This is from oh, 1 second, I'm not able to share my screen. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, yes, miracle child.
Reunites with past life parents. Okay, so I was reading this article. This is from October 5th, 2005. Okay, so this is just one of the incidents. There are so many of other this. We had a topic on this reincarnation in one of our previous classes. There are several such instances, okay, the where the child identifies the previous life parents, their in-laws. They know everyone's name. The child only takes the villagers and everyone together to the previous lives um, homes. So, and if you search for reincarnation, there are many. It is There are many people who are not spiritual people who do research on this reincarnation, and they have found this. Okay, so this see, it is by Krishna's arrangement that some of the people, they remember their past lives. Not everyone remember that, because if we remember our past lives, then sometimes like we may have a very horrific past, and we may not be able to live peacefully in our present. That is why by Krishna's arrangement, he makes us forget the past. I will send this article across to the group, but I hope that would address it. Okay, and you can refer to I will send out the class for the reincarnation, then you can refer to that one. Would that help?
या मैंने वो किया था, रिसर्च भी थोड़ी की थी उसमें। तो हमारे जो गुरुजी है नेपाल में एक रहते हैं, उनका नाम है कि डॉक्टर योगी विकास आनंद। वो भी बहुत सारे ऐसे बात करते हैं, पर और उन्होंने भी बहुत सारे ऐसे बताए हैं जो मैंने रिसर्च किया था, तो वो सच था। ये है ना प्रभु जी, कोइंसिडेंस भी हो सकता है, कोई अपवाद भी होते हैं ना, जैसे एक्सेप्शनल केस होते हैं ना, जहाँ कुछ रूल्स, कुछ लॉ अगेंस्ट में जाता है ना। नेचर नेचर का जो रूल है वो भी अगेंस्ट में जाता है। जैसे हम देखते हैं बर्मुडा ट्रायंगल, वहां पर ग्रेविटी, और नेचर में भी बहुत सारे ऐसे जगह है जहाँ जो होना चाहिए वो नहीं होता। ये तो एक्सेप्शन भी हो सकता है ना। 4-5 केस तो मुझे भी पता है, 5-6 5-6 केसेस आई ऑलरेडी नो। बट इसको तो हम अपवाद एक्सेप्शन में भी ले सकते हैं, क्योंकि बहुत कम है ना।
Yes, yes. ऐसे ये हो सकता है, but then see, the thing is, when we take Krishna's words, right? Krishna gives us the realizations. I will do one thing. I will end this recording here, but I will share one more thing after this. Just be here. Mm. Firstly, where do I